Beautiful glam girls, glam fam, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell, we have a special guest. Yay! Hi. Claps. So if you're new to my channel, you might not know, it's my husband Antonio. We have our beverages. Antonio has 3 beverages. I want you guys to know that he has coffee, wine,
wow, way to snitch,
and some cocktail that he made.
Edit this out. The whole point was that I would have different drinks throughout, so someone would be like, is he drinking different stuff? It brings attention. I'm trying to help you.
I have rosé, and Antonio has multiple beverages. So I thought it'd be fun, since we're all in quarantine, to, I feel like the camera's too focused on me. It needs to be a little more to the right. Okay. So since we're all in quarantine, I thought it'd be fun to hang out with you guys, with my hubby, and do a Q&A now that we have time, because Antonio is a busy man and he's always working and tired. Poor him. So I thought now that we have the time to sit and do a Q&A, this is the perfect time. And he so generously offered his time. My God, guys.
Wow,
thank you, Antonio. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Yes, I have the red carpet here for him. It is incredible.
I'm here.
Anyway, I'm joking. So let's just, I'm gonna just give them a background of us so that we can get rid of some of the like easy questions first. So we are married. We got married September 21st, 2018. We've been together 10 years. It'll be 11 years this year.
Yeah, it'll be 11 this year.
Yeah, so we got married on the anniversary that we met, so that our anniversary for the rest of our lives would be one day. So September 21st, 2009 is when we met. Then we got married September 1st, 2018. So that on our first wedding anniversary, it was also our 10-year together anniversary. And we went to Vegas to celebrate.
Yes.
Yeah, and for our honeymoon, we went to Paris twice, because we went to Paris, then we went to Venice, and back to Paris. So there is a vlog on that if you guys want to see. We did not post our wedding video, because to me that's just too private, but we do have a vlog of our honeymoon if you want to see that. So overall, we've been together 11 years. Yeah. Married 2 years this year. What else? I am Puerto Rican, Dominican, Latina. Antonio is
Black/African American, if that is what you want to say.
I am born and raised from the Bronx. Antonio is
born and raised from Jackson, Michigan.
So so first things first, everybody wants to know how we met. That's like probably the #1 question that we got. I'm just gonna give you the clip notes, because Antonio will make it very dramatic.
Actually, I think I can.
Okay, go ahead.
I think I can condense it. I lived in Michigan, knew someone online, met them.
That sounds really creepy.
Okay, so take that out.
No, keep going.
I had a friend who had a friend.
So you used to make friends with people that lived in New York, like online, because you wanted to move here. Don't make it sound so creepy.
No, I met people that lived in New York because we were all on a cell phone forum together. And we worked on Nextel phones and stuff like that. And when I first visited, I knew people from New York from that. So when I came here, that's naturally who I went to hang out with, because I knew who they were. But someone that I knew from that had a friend that knew a person that knew her. Yeah.
6 degrees of separation. I'm like Kevin Bacon in this bitch.
Yep. So pretty much one day, I was gonna hang out with her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring my friend," and her friend was her. And
so my friend, who was his friend, she was like, "Oh, my friend Tony just moved here from Michigan. He doesn't have any friends here. Like, he's trying to build like a," even though you did have friends. She was talking shit. We'll get into that. So she was like, "He doesn't have any friends, like, let's hang out with him." Like, yeah, sure, bring him. Like, I'm already in the city, she's in the city, he'll meet us there, and then I'll go home after we meet up. So we were in Union Square. She was telling you where to meet us, and then she kept giving him like weird directions, so then he got lost. I didn't know that. So mind you, I mean, I was 10 years younger, so I was a little bit of a bitch. But when he showed up, I was like, "Are you dumb? Like, what happened? Like, you got lost? Like, what's wrong with you?" We actually met in Sephora. Aww, that should have been a sign that we were gonna go places. But when we first met, we weren't like, it wasn't a date, so we weren't looking at each other that way. At least I wasn't. Like, it was like you were her friend. So I was like, oh, what's up? Like, whatever. Backstory about it is that she actually had a crush on him. And so she invited me and told me, like, low key, can you kind of like sniff it out, see if you think he likes me? Because, you know, I had a little way with the boys, with the fellas, you know, so so she was like, oh, can you tell, like, if he likes me? We'll all hang out. So we met in Sephora, and then I don't really remember much besides, like, we hung out, we went to Taco Bell, we ate, and then we all went home. Me and him ended up taking the train together, the same train. She took a different train, which kind of upset her, I guess, because she thought he was gonna like go home with her or like take her home or something. So we took the train together, and then the whole way on the train we spoke, like the whole way. Well, he mostly talked. I let him talk for an hour on the train ride because he was so cute and sweet. So yeah, as we talked, we found out that the friend gave me a lot of misinformation about him. She kind of made him seem like a loser, but then when I met him and we talked, I was like, this guy is really cool. Like, what is she talking about? Like, I could tell, I don't know how to describe it, but I have a good judge of personality, and I could tell from the first, like, us spending that time together. I mean, I don't know if you live in New York City or you live in a city where you take trains, a regular commute could be like an hour. So we were together for like over an hour, which is like a first date basically. And we just talked the whole way. And so I was like, he's just so sweet and cute. And I was like, oh my God, I think I like him a little bit or whatever. And I could tell that he liked me a little bit. You like me? Did you like me? Oh my God, stop. So when we ended up getting off at the same stop. And
that was it.
We got off at the same stop, and then you walked me to the bus stop because it was right there, and you were like, oh, I live here. And I was like, bro, I live there. We lived like
10 minutes away.
10 minutes away from each other, like walking distance from each other. So after that, I was like, yo, let me get your BBM pin. Showing our age. And so then we just started texting and talking from there.
Yeah.
And here we are. 10.5 years later. So that's the story, because I know everyone's like, how we met. So let's answer the questions that everybody has. I asked you guys on YouTube and on Instagram. We got a lot. We got like 150 questions. Yeah, we got a lot of questions. So I'm gonna go to the YouTube ones first because there's less. I took screenshots of the questions I wanted to answer. So this one's really interesting, being that we are going through this epidemic right now, or pandemic. Someone said Idris Elba and his wife Sabrina, he has CV, because we can't say it on YouTube, and she chose to be by his side, and now she has it. So would you put yourself at risk for your spouse? So you want to answer first?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it regardless. I mean, we're around each other. Yeah. So
that's
if
how
you
I
have
feel.
it, more than likely I have it too.
Yeah.
So
because I feel like if we live in the same house together, like
we're touching the same things, we're breathing the same air.
How are we gonna quarantine ourselves from each other? Especially in New York City, like that's like impossible. But not only that, for me, like this is like my other half. So like I can't, there's no second guessing. Like it would just be like, yep, we're in this together. Like it is what it is.
Like I said, as soon as if you had it, I'm gonna assume I have it. So
me too. And
there would be no reason for me to think
now
otherwise.
If we were like in different parts of the country and we were, you know, separated for work, and then this all happened, then I would say, okay, let's figure out a way that I'll go stay with my mom, or you go somewhere, or then, you know, maybe we would somehow try to work it out. But that's not where we are in real life now. Yes, we would sacrifice ourselves for each other. Here. Next question. Antonio, when did you know Gabby was the one?
Years ago. I don't have a specific moment or a specific thing, but there was just a time where I did look at her like, this is somebody that could walk out of my life and I would be okay with that. Yeah. It was someone that I looked at like, I could be with you forever, or at least a significantly long time. because this is America and people get divorced. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, I stopped looking at her like she was just anyone that could walk in and out of my life, but like someone that I want to be in my life forever.
Aww. Yeah, I feel like you get to a point where you just... I think somebody else asked me this question too, like, how did I know he was the one? For me, I think it was when I got to the point where I felt like this is the person I want to have kids with. Like, when I felt like he would be a great dad, that's when I felt like that's what I wanted. Like, I was like, that's what I want. Because, like you said, people get divorced. And, you know, knock on wood, we don't want that to happen. But in my opinion, it's not the worst thing to ever happen. It's there for a reason. If it needs to happen, it needs to happen for whatever the reason is. That's on you. But if you have kids together and that person is always going to be a good parent and you have that faith in them that at the end of the day, they would be a good parent regardless of where the relationship ends up, to me, that was, like, priority. Like, not me, but our kids, our future kids, you know, if we get to have, you know. So that's how I knew. Gabby, have you continually fallen deeper in love with Antonio since you got married? Falling deeper in love since we got married? I don't know if I would say like falling deeper in love, because I think that falling in love is like at the beginning. Like, you fall in love at the beginning because you're so, it's new and you're so like full of passion, and that's why it's falling, because it's new, it's dangerous, it's unknown, and you can't help it. As far as like now, what? I feel like now it's more about deepening the connection and like deepening your friendship and deepening your intimacy beyond the passion and excitement of falling in love. Maybe to some people that might be considered falling deeper in love. To me, it's like being deeper in love rather than falling deeper in love. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm, you know, being too like technical about it. But yeah, I just feel more like...
That makes sense.
Like more there. Like we're there, you know? Because once you're married, you know, you sign that contract that you're going to stick it out. So you kind of like begin to feel a deeper connection. Contract. Okay. Hi, Gabby. Question for Mr. Foster. When did he know he was falling in love with you? Where was he the very moment he knew? Did you kind of answer that maybe? Or no, not really. Because like, when did you know you were falling in love with me? For, I guess, in the beginning.
After the first couple of months, the first month when we were talking to each other, and then we had a little thing.
We'll get into it, but just
we had a little thing, and long story short, we didn't talk for a couple of weeks, and I deleted her number, and I thought about it. I'm like, damn, what the hell did I do? And I waited like a week, and then I had to hunt down someone to get her phone number to contact her again, and that was when I knew, wow, like I actually am feeling something for her that led me to have to do all this to try to find her. So
because that was before social media, kids.
Yeah, you
had to hunt to find the one you love. If they don't text you back, they don't want to text you back. This man went through hell and high water. Not, maybe not, but you know what I'm trying to say. He went through a little sign. Alright, this person said, how did you meet, which we covered, and funniest / embarrassing thing you've been through together. Embarrassing would be like we talked about the other day, getting food poisoning on our honeymoon.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Guys, we're going to do a separate story time video. Stay tuned. That was... How long were y'all together before you got married? We were together 9 years. We got married on our 9-year anniversary. So technically 9 years. How long did we date before we got engaged? How many years? Was it 2014 we got engaged?
Yeah, I think it was 5 years.
I think it was 5 years. Because we were young when we met each other. That's why we waited so long. We just were never in a rush.
Yeah.
We were just never rushed. And like when we first I think it was maybe on our third date, we had a conversation about marriage, about how long we thought was appropriate to wait. And I think we both said 3 to 5 years was like what we felt was a good amount of time before you got married or got engaged. And I remember thinking like, oh, he's like thinking like me. Like we're both not the kind of people to rush into it. And that would like, that set an alarm in my mind that like, this is a good one, because guys that are too like crazy and ready to like marry you after a year, to me, that's a red alert. That's a flag, just in my opinion. What did your parents say when they saw you bring home a woman or man of color? So I guess for both of us. Why are you laughing?
Because well, my parents didn't meet her until 2012. So we had been together 3 years, and I mean, I brought home any. No, I don't.
You
mean
brought
it like
home
that.
anyone?
No, but I mean, my parents really never. They never cared about that. I was always taught.
Antonio dated white women.
It doesn't
before
matter.
me anyway. So
yeah, like nobody cared. In fact, I laughed because my grandfather. My grandfather had the greatest response.
Rest in peace, granddaddy.
Yeah, he just passed in December, but I mean, he was almost 90, so it's okay.
He had a good life.
He had a full life. But I told him, over the time I moved to New York, I told him about me dating her, and he would always remember. Oh, you said you're dating a girl, right? Yeah, yeah. And he was like, oh, so what is she? And I was like, oh, she's Puerto Rican and Dominican, and he's like, oh, Lord, he got him a Puerto Rican. He didn't even get to the Dominican part.
He was so
like excited.
Hilarious. Oh my God, he had a thick
funny.
Kentucky accent.
Yeah.
I wish I would have gotten a chance to meet him.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I thought you meant you wish you would have met him. I was like, wait. Have you guys broken up, and how long was it?
Say your parents.
Oh, because it's a non-factor. My mom, which is who I was raised with, never thought twice about it. I went to school, like, I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the South Bronx. Like, you can't be racist from the South Bronx. It just doesn't, it's like oil and water. You can't do that here. That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. What do you guys do together for quality time? Well, everyone does. Netflix and chill. We like
snack,
art.
Eat, art.
Snack, eat.
Apparently now we play video games.
We play
together.
video games sometimes now and get angry, yeah.
Dog time.
Yeah, we like to hang out with the dog and just play with him. It takes out a lot of time, yeah. I love how I'm just saying everything you're saying. Let me just shut the hell up.
Random crap we come up with around the house. And
I mean, we're together so much that everything is quality time.
Yeah, everything just becomes that because
we have fun together.
Yeah.
Everything we do, we have fun together. Like, for the most part, yeah, we're home too much. We start arguing about stupid stuff, but then 2 seconds later, we're laughing. Or like we see a meme that we have to share with each other, and then that breaks it. You have to keep laughing, keep having fun.
Thank you, Internet.
He's my best friend. Like, literally, we're best friends.
We are.
So, can't stay mad for too long. What role does faith play in your relationship? It's there. There's spirituality.
There's a spirituality. I mean,
yeah. It's one of the things we connected on when we were dating.
Yeah.
Because I grew up Christian. Antonio grew up in a... We both had experiences with, like, fanatical, religious, cult-like churches in our lives. So we both connected with the idea of, like, wanting some spiritual connection, but wanting to find it on our own terms.
Yep.
Right? And, like, so when we first started dating, Antonio told me, like, that he was reading about Buddhism and, like, different religions and just trying to find his own way, basically.
Yeah, I went through this whole thing where I was, like...
He was like, I'm a monk now.
No, it wasn't that.
No, I'm just kidding. He was, like, wearing rosaries. He was like, I'm deep. I'm deep.
Yeah,
I'm super deep.
I was, like...
I'm, like,
talking
Tumblr
about
deep.
the gods and stuff like that.
The gods.
It was just... I don't know. You know...
When you were in your early 20s,
even when people joke about
things.
it and stuff like that, it's like it gives you a better appreciation of other people because instead of worrying about one deity, you treat everybody like they're somewhat important. When you look at people,
if you respect everyone's religion,
because it's like peace to the gods. It's not just everyone has a different god. But to answer your question, exactly what she said, and honestly, the spirituality is there, but also the spirituality is rooted in the fact that we know that we have the tools that we're given from God.
I mean, like I said, I grew up in a Christian church, and I'm kind of trying to find my place again, and incorporate that into my life again. And I try to watch church online on Sundays and stuff like that. I did a whole video actually about my experience growing up in a cult church, if you want to watch that, just so you can understand me more when it comes to that. And then she also asked, what's the biggest challenge you've had to overcome together? There's a few, but I think I want to keep those private.
Yeah,
there's just some things that you want to keep private. Have you guys ever broken up, and how long was it? How long was the breakup? I can't talk now. So back to when you referred to like having to go to get my number and stuff, like that was the one time that we really broke up, because after that,
there's another time.
Ooh,
there's another time. I
joking
think
on
we separated
dust
for like a month.
When? But
2000 and
we lived together already.
Yeah, 2013.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like a month, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
That was weird.
It was a weird time. It was challenging.
That was, wow, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, it was weird.
Thanks for that question.
Yeah, so it was a month, and yeah. But we lived together, so it was so awkward.
It was very awkward. I don't know. I keep looking up here, but I should be looking here.
Yeah, it's hard. You end up looking at yourself.
I keep looking at myself. So I know someone's going to point that out. I don't mean to keep looking up here, but it's easier to see what I'm doing looking up there than it is to look at this little small
Are you
circle.
drunk?
No, but I'm explaining myself because I'm not used to this. See, I'm doing it again.
What keeps the love/spark in your relationship? First of all, the love comes from just
jokes.
Yeah, we
stupidity.
laugh. We have jokes that span like a decade. Videos that we used to watch back in the day. We used to lay in bed and watch videos and just like laugh at stupid shit. And we have so many inside jokes that.
For instance, there's this thing, this company called like Education Connection or something, and they had an ad for a laptop, and what it was is that they'll give you a laptop to go to school. And we saw this ad sent to us from one of our other friends. And it's one of the funniest songs I've ever heard in my life. And we can't find it. So now every time she needs her laptop, it's like, the laptop is for free, so you can get your online degree. Do-dum-dum, do-dum-dum, do.
I think I messed up my lipstick. Okay. And then like he DM'd them on Instagram. And he was like, yo, you guys used to have this fire ass ad. I'm looking for the song.
They didn't answer.
You can't find it anywhere.
They really didn't answer.
I hope we don't get copyright for singing it. I'm gonna chop it up.
Yo, no, let them copyright strike us because they will nobody get the song.
I'm gonna put auto-tune on it. Please shut up. Oh, okay. What are your plans for the future together? I think plan-wise, we want to get a bigger space. Maybe buy something. Buy a house, buy a condo. Maybe.
Maybe move across the country.
Maybe move somewhere. Maybe move out. There was a lot of people who asked that question. Would you guys move? Yes, of course. Yes. We've been thinking about it for a long time. Yes. Not sure where. We have some places in mind. So that's probably on the future spectrum. Something from Seattle. No, we're not moving to Seattle. Okay, let's go to the questions from Instagram. There's so many. We spent a long time on the questions from YouTube. So thank you guys so much for asking those questions. If I didn't get to yours specifically, it was either because you asked the same question twice or there was just so many to get through. So thank you guys. So I'm gonna go from the oldest ones first because you guys take precedence. Where did your husband meet? Was it love at first sight? It definitely was not love at first sight. How did you know each other was the one? We did that. Do you guys have a shared bucket list? You know, I'm not a bucket list person. We kind of let life tell us where to go.
Yeah, and it seems like for the most part when it comes to going places,
that we wanted to.
We are in agreement.
Yeah.
When it comes to going places. I mean, it's not like I'm so particular, neither is she, but at the same time, when it comes to picking a place to go,
we always are like, yeah, we want to go
or
there.
somewhere to go when we're there.
We like the same things.
Yeah.
We never have to fight over what to do. Like, when I said, like, where do you want to go for our honeymoon, we were like, oh, Paris and Venice, boom. We were so happy about that. For our last trip last December 2019, like, we were so lucky we went before all this stuff happened. But we both were like, it was actually on our we made a vision board together, and on the vision board we had Spain, we had London, and we went to both places last year. Like, we actually accomplished it.
And Rome.
Yeah. Well, Rome wasn't on the vision board. No.
Oh,
it was London and Spain, but we did more, honey, and we went to Rome. But every time we talk about where we're gonna travel to, we're always in agreement. Like, I miss Rome.
Yeah, me too.
Rome was so beautiful. Oh my god, like, I could cry. So anyway, so yeah, as far as a bucket list, we don't really have one. I think overall our bucket list is probably like
seeing everywhere we
can. Yeah,
experiencing all the cultures that we can, going anywhere that we can,
we can.
That we're not gonna die in. That's
and like the places that are scary, that I wouldn't name anything because I don't want to offend anyone, but the places that that I find scary, he finds scary too, or the places he finds scary, I find scary. Like, we're in agreement about certain things. And I mean, fundamentally, you have to be in agreement about things that are going to be the indicators of what your future decisions are gonna be. That's what I mean. So, like, I don't know, it was like stuck in my head, sorry. So, like, if you know someone is interested in a certain culture or a certain place, you know eventually they're gonna want to travel there. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to think down the line. If you don't agree on things in the beginning, or you're not on the same page, you don't have things in common, it's not gonna work. And I feel like from the beginning it was smooth sailing. We didn't butt heads about any serious issues. Did you ever have any insecurities that he would leave you for? Did you ever have any insecurities that he would leave you for someone more attractive? I think I am the more attractive person. I mean, I don't see myself as uglier than anyone. I don't know one person I think is more, like, I don't see people and say, oh my gosh, she's so much more beautiful than me. Like, no, I'm like, actually, I stand up well to that. In my opinion, you might disagree, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. As far as, like, body-wise, of course people are going to have insecurities. You're going to feel fat some days. I mean, I am fat, but if I didn't think my husband, like, loved me for me or didn't like how I looked, he wouldn't be my husband. Period, point blank. So that thought never crosses my mind. What has been the hardest part about being married? The hardest part? I mean, I think for me, the beginning, like after the first year is when it almost got hard, because I realized, like, how final it was. It kind of changes your thinking a little bit, and it starts to feel like more, this is it. Like, there's nothing else to look forward to as far as commitment wise.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's like the last step. You know, like, the next things are to travel, to buy a house together, to have kids. Like, those are the things you can do. But as far as, like, your actual relationship, like, you reach the highest point. Yeah. Like, you're girlfriend and boyfriend, you get engaged, you move in together, you get married. Like, we hit all those points. So at first it was like, oh shit, like, we're there. Like, we're at the top of the mountain. And now we're like, we're at the top of the mountain. At least for me. What about you?
Yeah.
You can be honest. I don't care. You know me.
I don't know. There was a point, I think it was like when the whole high of everything happening so fast, like the planning, the wedding, the honeymoon, all
it's
that
a
stuff.
lot.
When you start just coming down,
people don't talk about that enough.
You
get
get
be
into
depressed.
this rough patch because you both kind of like, what What's happening?
Planning a wedding, and we did it really fast.
Yeah, we did.
I planned the wedding in 6 months.
I'm not gonna take any credit for that.
We decided to get married in like March, April of 2018,
and we had the wedding
in September. And I don't know how I did it, guys. And it was amazing. It went perfectly. Not one thing went wrong besides the DJ at the end. The wires got tripped up and we had to end a little bit early, but everyone was already leaving anyway because it was the beach and it was rainy and it was not rainy, it was windy. And it was already getting cold, it was already getting late, so it didn't really affect me. Other than that, the wedding went perfectly. So, but I do want to say, I don't think people talk about that enough. Maybe we can make a separate video about that. If you guys want, please leave it in the comments, let me know. The high of planning a wedding and like how hectic your life is, and you get into this excitement. It's like a roller coaster. You're like planning the wedding and cake tasting and looking at venues and meeting with DJs and meeting with wedding planners.
How is your life ever gonna have that same high?
It's almost like you never can reach that high again, like you said. And when you come down from it after the honeymoon, after everything, you get your photos, you get the video, and you almost feel like you like something died, like and people don't talk about it enough. And I know if you've never been married or you've never planned a wedding, you may not understand what we're saying, because if you had told me this before we got married, I would have said you're crazy. But look it up. It's a real thing. It's like the after marriage depression. I'm not sure the terminology, but it's a real thing. You get
it's
depressed.
like shit got real.
You get depressed because you're like,
wow,
what's happening? Like life is normal again. I don't have to taste cakes again. Like, the excitement of all that stuff, you never do that again. Not until you have an anniversary party, or you renew your vows, or like you have a kid that gets married, or you have a quinceañera for your kid. That's like the next time you plan a party like that. So that excitement and then coming down from it, it's a real thing. So just keep in mind that does happen. First impression of each other. I don't remember.
She thought I was dumb.
That wasn't my first impression. That was just me being sarcastic.
She thought I was dumb, and I don't blame her for thinking
I didn't think he was dumb at all. I actually was surprised because the way she described you, I didn't think he was gonna be that cute. I was like, oh, he got a cute little this body, thick, juicy, muscular. Look at the skin color. Are you my little caramel toffee chocolate drop? Wait, is that like fetishizing you? Don't come for me, guys. Please don't come.
It's not fetishizing. I'm in the video.
I married him. But I was like, oh, he cute. And he got a cute little booty and a cute... okay.
I didn't even really get a chance to pay attention to her because I was pissed off.
He was pissed off.
I was mad.
It took him like
I was really
an hour to like be normal.
To like really calm down because I was just frustrated. Like, Jesus Christ, you could have told me that it was the one at Union Square. Oh my God.
Anyway, so your first impression of me was that I was a bitch.
I mean, when you call me stupid, it just kind of
went like this
because I was mad. So I felt dumb personally. 15th Street. That's all you had to say.
Someone said, "Do you guys have a traditional marriage?"
What?
I don't know what that means.
And does that mean like traditional gender roles in a marriage?
I guess. I mean,
is that what that means?
If we're being honest, we kind of do, but it's not like we push that on each other. We're just naturally like that because I cook more.
She cooks
and
more.
He does all like the electrical stuff and the painting and moving furniture.
Like,
but when it comes to washing the clothes, he washes the clothes. I never have to wash clothes, guys.
I think you've only washed clothes like maybe once the entire time we lived together.
Yeah. Like he washes all the clothes. If I cook, he'll wash the dishes. I don't have to. Yeah. I do it because I like it sometimes, to be honest. He sweeps. I never have to sweep. He mops. I never have to mop. He vacuums. I vacuum if I want to. I don't have to because he does it constantly. I make the bed, but that's because I'm here during the day every morning. And I wake up after him because he leaves to work early. But he cleans just as much as I do. I do cook more just because I prefer my cooking, and he cooks for a living. So like
that's another thing too.
But
it's
you
like,
cook for a living, so I try to take that burden off of you because I'm like, okay, I don't have to come home and cook too.
She does,
and I'm home all day, so I'm like, I can cook. Like,
I want to say too, I was raised in a household where I saw my dad do all the stuff that's generally considered what women do. So I never had that idea that, oh, women do this. It was just whoever can do this shit does it. So
we both live together. We both have to pick up. Like,
if
your wife doesn't clean, what, you gonna live in a pigsty? What kind of man? What kind of man are you?
In my head, you know, some people are raised like that, and that's cool. But for me,
you could do that.
I feel like anybody should be able to do anything when it comes to doing the chores and helping out in the household. I mean, I can't have a kid, and there's other stuff I can't do because I'm a man, and vice versa. But at the same time, when it comes to washing a dish, cooking some food, mopping the floor, that's anybody's work.
Facts.
And I'm sorry if that offends anyone that doesn't believe that, but
take your ass to this kitchen
it's
and
2020.
make yourself a sandwich.
Like,
okay.
I can't stand. I have to go on a sidebar. That I can't stand grown ass men. They can't feed themselves, can't wash their own clothes, and just can't do basic shit.
Facts.
And it sucks.
And if you're a mother who's doing that to your son,
please,
you fucking him up.
I had a friend when I was a teenager that his mom went out of town. I was staying the night. I was staying over. I had to make sandwiches for him and his grown ass dad because these two couldn't do anything without the mother there.
What?
You know how gross that is? You know how gross that is?
Get out.
Please.
Oh, hell no.
Raise your sons to understand that life does go on and will happen.
But it's like if you're a single man, what do you do? If you're a single man, what do you do? And it's like if you have money to get your laundry cleaned, if you have money to pay someone to clean your house, that's fine. Because then when you get married, keep it up. Then your wife won't have to do it. But don't do that and then marry a woman and just expect her to do it. No. You need to figure out a way to take care of yourself. I'm sorry. I don't understand that. Like, you as a mother, how are you not raising your son to be self-sufficient? How is he going to move out of your house? Anyway, we're on another topic. But, sidebar. But, I think overall, maybe we're not traditional then. Because I guess, like, we do everything together. It's not like it's my job or your job. I mean, the only traditional thing I guess is that you take out the garbage. I don't do that. That's like the one traditional thing we do. It's like he does the garbage. Other than that, we both do stuff.
Yeah, I'm cleaning toilets too.
And I want to say too, ladies, if you're trying to figure out if you're the guy you're dating or whatever, or if you're meeting a guy and you want to find out, spring up on his house when you guys are on a date and just be like, yo, I want to come home with you. He's not going to turn you down. And if he does, he's a murderer. He's a murderer, or he doesn't like you. Because a guy that likes you is not going to say no. Exactly. So I did that to Antonio on our third date. And I sprung up on his house and it was super clean. It was impeccable. Everything on his dresser was in place. His bed was made. He had silky royal purple bed sheets. I was like, marrying him.
The macaroni sheets.
Macaroni. My heart belongs to macaroni. Okay. Do you drag him to makeup stores with you? Yes. Yeah. Because wherever we go together. Like when we go out.
That's why I have a phone.
Yeah, he doesn't rush me. He actually will be like, babe, take all the time you want. Like, he'll just be on his phone. And sometimes you even like give me your opinion. Most of the time, like if we're in a mall or something, I let him, like, I don't let him because I don't let him do anything. But I'll be like, babe, go do something else. Go to another store. Like, go somewhere else. Entertain yourself. You're like, I don't have to worry about that. If you have a dude who's acting all extra because you want to go buy makeup, that's a lame. Sorry. Anyway, favorite thing about each other, pet peeves. Even though you've been together for a while, did you feel different once you got married? What's your favorite things to do together? Favorite thing about each other. My favorite thing about Antonio. Favorite thing. Ooh, that's hard.
I don't think I have a favorite thing about you. You have so many things about you that I genuinely like about you?
You know my favorite thing is how much people love him. That's my favorite thing. Because I'm a bitch. I'll be real with y'all. I'm not nice, like social butterfly, making friends with everybody. I stay to myself in the room and I'm like this. If you talk to me, suddenly I'm like, oh my god, ah! But I'm not the one going up to people like, hi, like I don't like that. I don't really like people like that, and I'm real with minds. Antonio though, he can fake it. He can fake being the nicest person in the room, cause he's just as much as of an a-hole as I am, but he can fake it. And he knows so much about so many different things. He can talk to anybody, and people love him. They think he's so nice. Does this sound bad? You are nice to people.
I'm nice to people, yes.
He's like, wait.
You know what it is?
I am nice to people.
I'm gonna take it to another place. It's because of how I grew up and where I grew up. Because a lot of times I was in awkward ass situations with people that were a little bit on the racist side, and I would have to figure out ways.
I'm not laughing. It's your reaction.
I would have to figure out ways to break the ice or fight. So, yeah, you know.
Yo, get
I
out.
learned how to be able to talk to damn near anybody, unless you really are just
get out.
a complete dick. I don't know, because some people I just don't talk to because I could just, when you feel that, like, I'm not wasting my time trying to talk to you. But
I'm weak.
People are, a lot of times you meet cool people and you just start talking about
I'm looking at the
stuff.
questions.
But yeah, people do suck a lot of the time. I'm not gonna lie, like. Plenty of times I walked away from having a full-blown conversation with somebody and they're like, as soon as I walk away talking about her or something at an event or some random shit. So,
What just happened? Okay, someone said, how is it being with a plus-size bride? Does he have issues with it?
What's the difference between being with a plus-size bride and the straight-size bride?
Well, but there's a lot of differences on our end. I don't know if,
I want to say that I don't mean that offensively or if that offends anybody, but to me, this isn't normal. I don't view it like, oh my god, everything is so much harder because she's plus size. It's like, whatever happens is life. The little things that are different, I don't view them as different. Because that's just life. The same way I can't go put on some pants at H&M because my thighs are big as hell. I understand the struggle when it comes to being a plus size woman. Not the full struggle. Don't come for me. I don't mean that.
No, but Antonio is thick.
But when it comes to putting on some clothes,
Antonio's thick.
I do understand. Because there's been times where I tried on some pants and I was walking around.
It's okay, baby. They're not going to come for you because if they do,
But there really isn't a difference. This is who I love.
You're being so corny. I love it.
Yeah, she's plus size. What was the other part of the question?
I don't know. This one says, what's a pet peeve either one of you has for the other?
I have one.
Example, my man is so loud when he chews. I'm like,
I
hell
saw that
no.
question. I have one. She's like Sub-Zero in here. Like, the windows are always open.
Come here.
It's free. You see she has on a t-shirt and I'm wearing this.
And he's wearing thermal pants and I'm sweating next to him.
Because the window is open.
I don't like to be hot.
The kitchen window's open.
Fat girl problems. We don't like to be hot.
Open. I'm in here like this.
Mind you, he's from Michigan where it be like 2 degrees. What's wrong with you?
That's been over with since I lived here for a year. My body is adjusted to here. It's snowing in Michigan right now. It's raining outside in New York.
When the humidity is over 60, I sweat. I can tell, I know. I wake up knowing it's humid. Hey Google, what's the humidity percentage?
The humidity in New York City right now is
87%. 87%. That's summer weather, baby. I don't care if it's raining.
I'm just saying that's my
pet peeve is that you don't let me freaking open the window. I be hot as hell. Let me see. Do I have a real pet peeve? A real pet peeve. He doesn't chew loud. He doesn't leave this toilet seat up. He doesn't like leave the toilet seat up, or do anything like that. I'm trying to think. I think a pet peeve would be more like sometimes, let's see, how would I say it? Like sometimes we communicate differently. I think because of where we're from. Because like, I think,
yeah, I'll say things weird.
hold on. Where we're from, like we're different states. Sometimes it's like the difference between saying on or in. Or
like she'll say online and I'll say in line.
Yeah, like just little things like that that can actually change the the sentence
and it gets
completely.
Confusing.
And so I'll be like, what do you mean? Or like he'll be like, no, I'm saying da da da, and I'm like, I don't understand. And then like it turns out we were saying the same fucking thing, but one word is different. And it's just like, it's funny how just being from different states, sometimes you're speaking like different languages. That's probably my #1 pet peeve. Like that's really it.
Regional dialect.
I know this is a very personal and TMI question, but was there ever a time you questioned whether or not you work out? What was the situation? Of course. That's not normal if you've never thought that way. Sometimes I still think. No, let me stop.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. But I feel like you have those moments because you get into big fights or like you go through big challenges that you're like,
what am I doing?
Word? That's how you feel? Tell us how you really feel. No, but let's see, maybe we won't talk about the specific challenges because we like to keep things private, but you have those moments where you're like, I can't do this anymore, like I'm losing my shit. But everybody goes through that, and then like a couple hours later you're like, oh my god, I would die without you. I think that when you stop fighting and you stop being passionate either way, that's when you have to be scared. And I've never gotten to that point. Well, no, that's not true. I think in 2015, you remember when I had pink hair?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I went through a moment where I was like, yo, I'm done. Like I'm done. I actually went to go see my ex, and I was like, I'm fucking done. I told my ex, I was like, I'm done. Like, let's get back together. Like, fuck him. I'm done. I spent all these years with him. I'm done. And here we are in 2020, still together. You go through it. If you don't, that's good, I guess. But I felt that way, and then I was like, oh, baby, don't go. Baby, come back to me. What about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Nothing. I didn't feel like that.
No, be like serious.
I don't know, cause that's the kind of stuff where like I'll say something because I'm mad, like when I'm alone, like I'll walk away like, I can't fucking do this anymore. But no one hears me say that. It is over something stupid like, oh, she says I broke something I didn't break.
Yeah.
But it's never been like, I can't do this.
How long did it take for you to plan the wedding, and did you break your budget? So I didn't really have a budget per se, besides wanting to, I mean, for me, my budget in reality was like, I'm not going to spend more than like $20,000 on this wedding. Like, to me, that was enough.
Yeah, especially because of the places we chose and the things that we did.
We had a beach wedding, and so we had to supply everything, but it was cheaper than getting...
That was the craziest thing, right?
A hall.
Yeah.
But with having your own space, there's other things you have to pay for that you don't have to pay for in a hall. Like you have to make sure that you have your own supply of water. Like you don't even think of that, you know. You have to make sure that there's electricity. Yeah. You have to make sure that you have plates, napkins, forks, silverware, all that kind of stuff, tables, chairs. You're supplying every single thing. So that was the part that was like, oh shit, we didn't think of that. But we were
ingenuitive. We figured out a lot of stuff and made a lot of stuff work. That
ingenuitive? That's a word? No, is that a word? We go through this all the time because he knows so many words I don't. Like, he used to play Scrabble with his grandmother, and that shit.
That's not even how I learned all.
I don't even know how you learned all those words. Oh, comic books. He knows words that I've never heard of before, y'all. He teaches me new words every day. I'm like, oh, ingenuitive. No, ingenuity. I didn't know ingenuitive was a word. I've heard ingenuity, like, you know, MacGyver. Wow, baby, you missed smart or whatever. Sorry. But yeah, we made sure that there was a water supply and all that kind of stuff. And I think with certain things I broke my budget, like with my dress, because you know my dress was only like, I think it was 1,100. I got it on sale, but then all the extra alterations was like another $1,000, and like that kind of stuff is where I broke my budget, because I was gonna buy myself some designer shoes for my wedding. I was thinking I'll buy like $300, $400, $500 pair of shoes for the wedding, but that money ended up going on all the alterations for the dress. So you kind of have to just work your budget. And then I also had like a lot of fake flowers, but then I spent a few hundred on real flowers for like my bouquet, my mother's bouquet, my grandmother's corsage, the maid of honor's bouquet and stuff like that, and the bridesmaid. I only had one bridesmaid, one maid of honor, my mom, my grandma, and me. That was it. But yeah, so I'll do more wedding videos for you guys, but just to cover your question, I did break a little bit of the budget, but I pretty much stayed in the limit that I felt comfortable with. And we planned the wedding in 6 months, like I said before. So in March we decided, because April 4th, I believe, is when I bought my dress. So we were already planning beginning of April. So April, May, June, July, August, September, 6 months.
Everything was
actually, no, the wedding was planned in 4.5 months.
Yeah.
Because you know another thing, guys, I knew what I wanted, and maybe if you're not in the wedding stage yet, just kind of start thinking about it. Make a Pinterest board for the future. Have ideas. Do research. I was doing research about this stuff for a while, because remember, we got engaged in 2014. So in 2015, I had actually started trying on dresses. I started looking into weddings. My mind started going there, because growing up, I never dreamed of weddings. That was not my thing. I didn't dream of getting married. I dreamed of like being CEO. So then once we got engaged, I was like, oh, like let me look into wedding stuff. And then that's when I kind of started having an idea. So by 2018, I had been thinking about my wedding for 3 years at that point. So it was just about buying everything. I knew what I wanted. So that's just my advice. You know, if you want to plan your wedding quick and efficiently, start to know what you want already, because you can have it done in a year or less. I mean, I'm proof of that. I did my shit in like 4 months. I don't even know. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Have you thought of moving to other states? Yes. How did you know he was the one? I hope this is real, because people need hope. Well, I would post a fake wedding photo. Like, I'm confused. What is you and Antonio's top perfumes? My favorite perfume is the Flower Bomb, the Nectar one. And then I also really love, what's the one I'm loving right now? Oh my God, I can't think of it. What's your favorite?
Versace Eros. I actually like Eros Flame too. And also, oh, what was it called? I haven't had it in a long time. What was it? The
gold bottle?
The Paco Rabanne? Is that his name? It's called like 1 million or something like that.
Yes, it was a gold bottle.
Really good.
I gotta take note of that.
And what was the other one?
Okay.
Angel Amen.
Yeah. If you weren't doing YouTube, what would be your career choice and why? That's more of a question for me, but if I mean, I was a makeup artist before, so I'd probably just be doing that again. Or a psychologist. Oh, this is a fun question. If you could describe yourselves as cake, what cake would you be and why? Or if you had to describe yourself as a drink, which drink would you be and why? So I guess maybe you want to choose one for each. If I was a drink, I would probably be...
I'm never gonna smell the ocean again.
Oh, Corona. I mean, damn it.
Roni.
Damn Rona. Oh, if I was a cake or a drink. If I was a cake, I'd probably be like a custard filled, like expensive marble vanilla chocolate cake with like a custard inside and like a delicious ganache on top with like a strawberry on top. Yeah, that's what I'd be. As far as drink, I'd probably be like a fun Prosecco, because you can have me with juice in the morning. You could have me at night. I don't hit you too hard. I'm a good time. I'm bubbly. I'm a go-to. I'm reliable. I'm always down for a good time. There's different versions. I'm affordable, but I'm also bougie. I'd be a Prosecco.
Okay.
What a girl fucking answer.
I think I'd be a vanilla cake with buttercream frosting and maybe
an old fashioned.
Some sprinkles and yeah.
And an old fashioned.
No, not an old fashioned. A Jack and Coke.
Might as well be an old fashioned.
No, because an old fashioned is a lot of work. A Jack and Coke.
Oh, you easy? You easy? Okay. I mean, for me, he was.
Wow, the respect in public.
I'm too drunk now.
You didn't even drink anything.
Are there times when you and your husband don't agree on things? How do you resolve it? We resolve it by calling each other stupid, yelling, walking away, and then 5 minutes later we show each other a meme. And then we're just like, I'm mad. No, I'm mad. Come here. You should look at this stupid ass meme.
Pretty much.
That's really it. I mean, because I can't see something hilarious and not show him.
That's true.
Who else am I going to show? Who else am I going to show?
The internet.
We have to laugh together.
The internet.
Does your hubby like to cook? I wouldn't say you like to cook, not at home. I mean, even at work, do you like to cook?
It sucks because you get spoiled at work because it's an industrial kitchen. Everything is stainless steel. You can make messes.
Now everything is stainless steel in our kitchen too, baby. Shit.
Oh. You can make messes and not have to clean them up.
That's true.
You come home, everything's a mess.
And you gotta clean it yourself.
Then you have to clean it up yourself, so it's like...
This is an interesting question. This is gonna be a weird one. This is what they said. But if you couldn't see or hear, would you be able to recognize each other by the scent of each other's skin? What in a chainsaw massacre is up with you?
No!
I could.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
I could definitely tell if it was you by the way you smell. Yes.
I don't...
Oh yes, I could.
I guess
I could.
I'm not a sick freak. Because I'm like, I don't know, maybe I could, but that's weird.
I think you can't.
Smelling.
But if you couldn't hear,
they're gonna blindfold me and smell her back. Like what? I'm not saying that's a bad question. I'm just
smell her back.
I'm really trying to figure.
Not smell her back.
Oh man.
Not smell her back.
Ooh. Oh.
What the fuck? Not smell her back. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you, Hannibal Lecter, for the question.
Oh shit.
Oh, Rona. Do you guys fight? Does he choose not to be in your videos? Obviously we fight. Everybody fights. But as far as not being in my videos, Antonio's just not
I put it like
me.
Yeah, it's like no offense to people, you know, like Instagram and YouTube husbands that are like in videos.
Not everyone wants to be that kind of person.
It's kind of like Suge Knight at Source Wars, and he was like, you know, come to death row, you know, you ain't got to produce it all in the videos. It's like I don't feel like
you the producer now.
No, but it's like
what you producing? Attitude.
I could be one of those weird ass dudes that just randomly is in a video like, oh yeah, come to my SoundCloud or some crazy stuff. And
get the fuck out.
Sometimes it's just, you know, I don't want it. This is something that she does, and I help. But at the same time,
I'm coughing because of the perfume.
I don't feel like I need to be
too much.
all in the way, especially because it's like now you appreciate seeing me now, right?
Look at me
it's
now.
It's not oversaturation because I'm just always there talking.
It's not our channel.
Yeah,
it's
her.
my channel. What's the thing you argue most about as a couple? For me, it's a damn toilet seat.
Damn.
Like I said, the thing we argue, I think the most is just sometimes we can't, the communication, like we falter on communication and we don't listen to each other.
Yeah.
And then when we stop to listen, we're like, oh.
Yeah, we both do that too.
It's not as bad as we thought it was. I think that's like what we argue about the most.
It's really the truth.
Yeah. How did you guys meet? First impression of each other? Is New York as expensive as they say? More expensive than they say. Well, would like to hear what you consider to be each other's strengths and weaknesses, and if you agree or disagree on what the other says. So, what is? I would have to take a minute to think like what I think mine are and what I think his are.
Yeah.
Weakness, I think for me, for him, what I think his biggest weakness is sometimes like being insecure.
Yeah.
Like being unsure of himself.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's his biggest weakness. But biggest strength is being super adaptable. Like I mentioned before, like being able to be thrown in any situation, I guess. And like dealing with it. Do you think? Like
Yeah.
I think you're I think you're adaptable. Like you said, you can be around different kind of
adaptable, yeah. It's true.
Wah, wah,
No, but it is. She's right. She is right.
You think that's right? I mean, what do you think for yourself?
No, I can agree with
What
that.
do you think your greatest strength is, though? Do you think something else?
No, I honestly can agree with that. Like,
well, I know you or something.
for her, I don't know. No, being serious,
Biggest weakness, I think, would be that I think I know it all. Maybe. You think that?
No, because it's not one of those things where you walk around like that. That
No,
is
I
something
don't walk around like that.
That's like here. It's not something that you walk out of the street and you're like.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Because maybe with you at home, I can be a little
different,
like,
yeah.
do it my way. But in real life,
you're not out on the street like bag those groceries this way because I know how. Like,
yeah, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
But what's my biggest weakness? I think it's that I sometimes
you have a big heart and
sensitive.
you give too easily.
Oh, that's a good one.
And
yeah, I let
you
people
become sensitive.
Yeah, I'm sensitive and sometimes like I give up easily on stuff and I get like worn out fast.
Yeah.
And like you said, like I give too much to people sometimes when they don't deserve it and then they play me. Yeah. So I'm learning now how to have like boundaries. As far as like strength,
everything.
Facts. Move on. How do you deal with cultural differences? Anything super different you had to adjust to?
That's it.
Well, because she said I'm Mexican and my husband's Puerto Rican from Connecticut.
Oh. Personally, I'll say this. Growing up black in America, you know, there's this culture that I had grown accustomed to growing up. But also, where I grew up, I was exposed to a lot of like Midwestern and white culture, like different types of European stuff, things like that. And honestly, I was intrigued by stuff that was different than what I grew up in. So as I got older, I started hanging around more different types of people, whether it's like different sexualities, different religions, different whatever, and just learning different stuff. And by the time I met her, I had already become very cool with a Puerto Rican family. So actually going back, I was actually my babysitter when I was like 5 was Puerto Rican and I had no idea until I got older. Oh, no. But so by the time I met her, I was already like throwing myself into Puerto Rican culture. So like to this day, I mean,
you know some Spanish.
I know some Spanish. I can understand some stuff. I'm always in for
Puerto
the food.
Rico.
I've been to Puerto Rico more.
He's honorary Puerto Rican at this point. And
pretty much.
People
like,
wherever we go, they think he's Dominican anyway.
Yeah.
So they, especially when he gets a tan and he wears like a Yankee fitted, straight look like a Dominican baseball player.
It's like
they talk to him in Spanish.
Puerto Rico, I honestly view it as like my second home. I've been there so many times now.
Yeah, and my grandmother loves him so much that you kind of just feel. Like, and for me, like being raised in the South Bronx, like I said, I think that maybe to some people it might be controversial to say, but when you grow up in New York City, what the rest of the country sees as black culture is really like hip hop, urban culture.
Yeah,
and like that's something that all colored people in this city have in common.
And I'll agree
Puerto
with
Ricans, black people, like we all, for me, we were all one and the same. It's now that things are very divided. I don't want to get too much into it, but for me, growing up in the 90s and the 2000s, like we were one. Like me and my black friends, we were right here. We never felt a division between us. It wasn't until now that I'm older that there's that divide. Because even in like, even in high school, like it wasn't like that. It was always like us against them. Whereas now I feel like it's us against them again. Like everyone's in their own little bubble. But anyway, I won't get too much into it. But I don't feel like there's many cultural differences just because we are both people of color. I do think there are some differences.
There's some differences, but it's not the kind of thing.
But it's nothing that stops us from
that's another thing
having
too.
a successful relationship.
You have to be open and adaptable. If you're with someone that's not the same as you from the same culture, which one of my biggest pet peeves and one of the things that annoys the shit out of me is when people act like they deserve a pat on their back because they're with somebody of the same whatever it is as them. It's like, that's good for you if that's what works for you, but don't expect some kind of special cake or a treat because that's what works for you. It doesn't work for everybody. There's too many damn people in the world. And it's like, at the same time, I've seen tons of people together from all different kinds of races and whatever that are the same kinds of people, and they got all kinds of damn problems. So it's like everyone can have problems, everyone can have issues. It's not defined by whose culture is which, who's this, who's that. It's just a human thing. And that's really the truth.
He said what he said. Let's see. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any good questions because there were so many on Instagram. You look like a great match. Congratulations. So beautiful. Where can I get the dress? The dress was custom made. But my first dress, I had two dresses. My first dress was from David's Bridal. And then I got it pretty much custom because my body is a mess. Who said I love you first? Because I would never do that. How did he propose? Another mess. You initially proposed in 2014.
I was nervous and I messed up.
He was really nervous.
I was really nervous.
And I was doing my makeup and I turn around and he's like, I have a ring. I don't know what he said. He was just talking about something, marriage, and he had a ring. And I was like, I guess this is a proposal. But we got where we got. We got where we got. And I think the 11 years of our relationship mean more than a big gesture proposal, because at the end of the day, what is more valuable? Like what we have right now or a big ass proposal for someone who's gonna get divorced anyway? Because I know a lot of people got them big ass proposals and big ass weddings, and where they at with their marriage? Crickets? Crickets? No, let me stop being shady. I'm joking, but that's just how I personally feel about it. I feel like you have to put what's more valuable in perspective for you.
I will say too, at that time,
it was a different, we were at a different place in our lives.
We were at different places, and we even talked about it ourselves, that had we gotten married that first year, we probably wouldn't have made it. And the way I did it showed where I was at that time, and it's something that, you know, it sucks that I did that, and I did try to rectify it later on, but at the time I was like, it felt like it was what I wanted to do, and it was what I wanted to do, but
But
I
there was
still
pressures and
that's another thing too. Do not let anybody pressure you into anything, because I was lucky that she was on the same path of growth that I was on, and the same level of understanding. Because some people aren't.
Yeah, because had I been really
like
ready to get married at that point, we wouldn't have been able to continue. But because I was kind of like, it's all right, we got time, then it worked out for us.
It did. It worked out for us, but not everybody's gonna give you the same chances and or choices, you know.
Does living in the limelight as an influencer have an influence on your relationship when the cameras are off? I mean, sometimes I think yes, because sometimes like what I have to do kind of can take away from my relationship, or like things that normal people would just do cohesively without having to stop. I might have to be like, wait, I should turn this into a YouTube video. Or like I can make content out of this, and it can kind of sometimes be annoying, like, oh my god, again, like she has to make content. But he's understanding. It's not like he's like mad about it, but sometimes it can be a little like, not frustrating, but it can kind of like make life longer.
Because
it can make life longer.
Yeah,
things that should be easier end up being drawn out because now I have to create content out of it. And you know, I'm not the kind of person who likes to make everything in my life content, but I'm trying to do that a little bit more because I know that you guys want to see more life stuff. I'm just so used to being an old school YouTuber where you just sat down, did makeup, and then you had a life. Whereas like people's lives are their YouTube channel now. And I'm not there yet. I'm learning now how to do that, how to talk to you guys, how to share stories, how to do Q&As like this. We would have never done this 2 years ago. Like, this is new for us because I see myself as like,
I think we've only done like
somewhat private
videos like this.
I see ours as a little bit private. Even though I show a lot, I'm not really showing a lot in my life. It's kind of like the Kardashians. Like, they have a TV show, but you don't really know their real life. And I kind of like to see myself in that way, not as a Kardashian, but in the sense that I can make content and be present without really showing my actual intimate life. And I know that that's like not what people want. They want you to be like all in, showing your life, being there all the time, you know, getting personal, and I'm not there yet. So now that I'm trying to incorporate that a little bit more, it's becoming a little like, you're gonna put that up there, or like you're gonna make that into a video. But definitely, you know, it's not like affecting us. And I think that's why I've been keeping my channel, or like doing what I feel comfortable with, because I'm not the kind of person who wants to put our whole like life out there and all of our struggles and all of our personal issues and talking about every little bit of our marriage. Like, that's just not what I want, ever. I'm never gonna be that person. I like my privacy. I like that people can't comment on things they don't know, because once you put things out there,
people
say whatever they want. Anyway, exactly. So people make things up, so why give them ammunition? That's just my thing. I think I'm gonna stop here because we've been going for a while. This is like over an hour of content.
Oh wow.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want more videos like this with us, please let us know. I definitely think we're gonna do like a story time, because we have the honeymoon story time that I think you guys would love to hear. He's very dramatic telling it. It's hilarious. So we're gonna film that after this. So if you see us again in the same outfits, just know you came from there, from here to there. You know what I'm trying to say. So give a like if you enjoyed Antonio here. Please let us know you like this video by liking the video. And all my links will be down below. I have a blog, I have YouTube, I have Instagram, I have TikTok, I have everything, guys. I'm there.
Long video, and
I'm like so winded.
I'm getting used to looking here, so don't make fun of me for looking up here over and over again.
Antonio's on Instagram too, guys. I'll leave his Instagram here too. And down below, so you can follow him, because he posts some cool stuff too. All right, guys, I love you. Stay glam. I'll see you in the next one.